Welcome to Deep Thought. Staying calm during the storm. You know what? I mentioned this. This was inspired by something I said in my Tuesday video. Staying calm during the storm. I think that's, honestly, I would say that's one of my greatest gifts. Like, no matter what's going on. And I developed that. I mentioned there was some issues when I was young. Issues that required the court to get involved. In fact, often I've mentioned my grandmother on here. And one of the things, I have the love for her that I do, and, even now I'm choking back tears every time I think about her, how much I miss her. But not only was she my grandmother, but technically she was my foster mother. She was technically my foster mother. Me and my sister were technically in a foster care system. So, she actually received the same benefits a foster parent would for me. And that's how deep it was. But, they were, kept me and my sister together. I mean, that's how deep it was. But the situation that precipitated it all, which I don't discuss publicly, I just say it was chaotic. A child didn't need to be in that position. In fact, a lot of observations are made about human nature had their genesis there. And there's some stuff I tried to forget, but it comes back to smack you in the face. But anyway, one of the things I learned was to be in a chaotic situation, but remain cool, keep my wits about me. Like, people have noticed that about me. Like, shit could be falling apart, hitting a fan, and I'm just like, eh. In fact, people used to think something was wrong with me. It'd be some crazy stuff. They'd be like, well, you're not yelling. It's like, yeah. And it wasn't even some manhood thing or trying to be cool. It was just like, this ain't nothing compared to what I've seen. Because even outside the household, when I was, when you see two people get gutted, I'm surprised the police ain't like, come for me. Like, when they interview, I guess there was so many witnesses. You guys also watch somebody get stabbed in a McDonald's that used to be across the street from us, and there was so many people around. I'm looking for my mother. She trying to help the person. So I was just like, okay. It's like when you grow up in that situation, or you in a situation where you see a lot of that, there's two ways you can go. You can go with it and go with the emotion, or you can be calm. Now, years later, I would read the philosophy of the Osar Set Society, and particularly the book of their leader, Shechem Ra Nephilim the First. And he talked about the highest level of spirituality is Emen Hetep, like unshakable peace. Unshakable peace. If anyone here is a member of Osar Set and they care to share or even correct some little nuances of what I'm saying. Even though I'm very familiar with the philosophy, I was never part of their priesthood or even a member. But just the ability to remain at peace at all moments, that's the highest level of spirituality. Like nothing, your peace is unshakable. Unshakable, like you can just stay calm. Like, I remember one time I was driving through Baltimore. Now, I haven't had to go into the city in a while, so I don't know how much gentrification has hit it. But whatever you saw on the wire, it was accurate. They didn't have to build sets for that for the show. They didn't have to build sets or embellish something. It's like you got whole neighborhoods that look like some of those places. And I remember I was driving through one of the bad places, and I saw a young black man. He had a nice little afro. He was sitting on like a lawn chair. Kind of had, his leg up on his knee, his leg up on his knee. He was just sitting there, had his hands together. He was just chilling. He was just chilling amid all that stuff that looks like a dystopia. Looks like the aftershock of some disaster. He was just totally calm. In fact, another manifestation of it, roughly same neighborhood. People was like, well, Ron, why were you around there? Yeah, has an interesting life. Anyway, had to check my traps. No, I'm just kidding. It was ironically one of this. It's a bookstore I went to. Well, it was a book distribution place around there. If you're in Baltimore, if you heard of African World Books, and I don't know if they got the same warehouse now, but their warehouse looked like a crack house. So if you got to drive through certain neighborhoods just to get there, like that Pennsylvania North Avenue area. And even though they played, that store was, it had like a little hole, like you couldn't tell anything from the outside, no signage. But anyway, that same neighborhood I was driving through, and there were some black women, and they had their little kids. They all had on swimsuits, and they had like one of those like little kiddie pools out there, and it was right out on the sidewalk. I was like, they gonna make that thing happen. There might have been a pool around there, but they were like, whatever, we're gonna have it right here. We gonna chill. So somebody else having a cookout over there. It's like, that's staying calm in a storm, no matter what's going on with you. It's being able to find that peace. Like I told somebody, I said, I could probably live any place if I had to, because I can remain, I stay at peace no matter what's going on. Not that I prefer to. I prefer to live in a peaceful area, but, there's a lot of people, because of circumstances, they can't. Now, it's not to say just accept the circumstances, but, you can't just up and say, what's crazy, Ryan, let's go. You can plan. And in the process of planning to leave, you got to stay calm. You got to stay at peace. Or imagine if you're going through something with relationships. That's where the most calm is. Like, you can still stay calm. It's tough. It's tough. In fact, I would say, and this ain't bragging, this is just stating it matter-of-factly. Usually when something happens, my default is to stay calm and not get upset. My default, no matter what. There's been times you couldn't find the keys. I don't get upset. I was like, oh, I guess they're around somewhere. Or something happened. Or I could hear a bang, a gunshot, and then I'm like, oh, what's going on? Or like a friend, there was a friend of mine. Man, he was the funniest dude, because he was really calm, but he grew up in like that Congress Heights area of Southeast DC, if y'all know. And this back before, like, I don't know how gentrified it might have been. I know they building around there, but this is before all of that, so it was really bad. That was the calmest dude I knew. We used to joke that his back would be on fire, and he would just tap it lightly and pull at his shirt a little bit, but just keep doing what he's doing. That's when you calm. It's just getting to that place. You just don't get upset, because see, when you stay calm, here's the power of really staying calm. Then you can rationally think about all your moves. You can rationally say, "Oh yeah, okay, got a flat tire in a bad neighborhood, and it's thunderstorming." It's like, boom, okay. And I think, speaking of thunderstorms, I'm actually very calm, because the night before I'm recording this, there was a thunderstorm warning and even some rumbling. I actually get extremely calm. And it's because of a thing. Now, I mentioned in a previous video, I played soccer in high school. And for some odd reason, we never practiced at the school. We had to practice like miles away at this like seminary or something, use their field. In fact, that was our home field. Never made sense. It wasn't logical to me, but, it is what it is. So we had to go way out there. And I remember I went to a practice out there on my 10-speed. And had to get home. So I'm started riding. All of a sudden, thunderstorm. It came down hard, too. And then, not only was I had to ride the bike through the thunderstorm, I had a flat. I had a flat. And, after that, I'm actually calm. I'm actually get extremely calm, because after you go through something like that, you got a thunderstorm, it's pouring down hard, you riding a bike, trying to, mostly in the streets, combination of street and sidewalk, and it's a thunderstorm. It's like, after you go through that, nothing can bother you. Nothing can bother you. It's like, okay. You got soaked. Probably could have got pneumonia, because it wasn't that hot out. lightning, thunder, all of that stuff. Probably should have been under something. I was like, I'm just gonna ride. Shoot. And you're in high school, you ain't thinking, oh wait, I'm riding on metal. Maybe I should get out of this thunderstorm. But I was a little reckless too when I was young. But the whole point is I learned to stay calm. I had situations in life that taught me to stay calm. And that's the important thing. If you can reach that level, if you can stay calm, even though everyone doesn't follow that tradition, and for the advanced students, that's a tree of life tradition, at least a comedic tree of life, as presented by our Saw set. There's another one, but that's another conversation. If you can have that, it's no problem you can't solve, because it's easier to solve a problem when you're calm and collected than it is if you're emotional, because you start thinking about all this other stuff. But you rational, you can look right at it and say, okay, boom, let me do this, and this. And that's the key. So stay calm during the storm. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Something to think about. Keep rising and transforming. Peace.